welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been a minute since I have made a video, and it's been probably like maybe 2 weeks, but that's 2 weeks too long. So I hope you guys are doing well. If you follow me, welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Denise with Real Life with Denise, and today we're going to talk about persistence. Yes, persistent. Remaining persistent when you feel like life is lifing. Remaining persistent when you know that things are going great. Just remaining persistent and consistent when you want to see results. Now, I know I've been guilty myself of starting something and then not seeing results fast and then being like, you know what? I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to start something else. Then I don't see results in that. I put that to the side and I start something else. And in actuality, when you take time to focus on that one thing that you want to see a change in, you will see results. But it takes being persistent. It takes showing up. It takes being consistent. It takes all of those things. And these are things we already know. The problem is being persistent by taking action. Because we're persistent in scrolling. We're persistent in knowing about the latest news story. We're persistent in making sure we get our favorite foods. But sometimes when it comes to us accomplishing a goal, we just do it when we feel like it and expect results. And we can't do that. We can't do that. Prime example, I have another platform that I'm on, and I wanted to be very intentional about growing that platform, making sure that the community that I build over there is organic. And in order to do that, I really had to show up like I'm showing up for YouTube. Now, at one point, I was like, okay, YouTube, I'm going to come back in a little bit. Yeah, and guess what? I saw the decrease. I saw things moving downward because I was not as persistent on here as I was on somewhere else. But I'm saying all that to say, wherever you water, whatever you plant the seed and you water consistently will grow. If you plant a seed and you water it here and there, it's going to grow here and there, or it's just going to flop. So I encourage you that whatever it is that you are focusing on, to make sure that you continue to focus on that, but you stay true to that. If you really want to see a change, you are going to see the change if you do the work. I know it's hard. I know how they say, I can't think of the saying right now, but it's like everybody wants to get somewhere. It's just that we are doing the bare minimum. Not everybody. Some of us want these rapid results, but do the bare minimum. If you want to be a content creator, a successful content creator, you got to post, you got to be persistent. You got to be just like those food commercials. How every other time you're like, God, didn't I just see that commercial? Didn't I just hear that song? Didn't I just see this person doing this and that? You know why? Because they want to make sure that they stay in front of you. So that way, eventually, you're going to be like, you know what? Okay, let me follow them because I keep seeing them on my scroll on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Let me buy that burger because I swear I keep seeing that commercial every other day. And they got a special right now. So let me go try it because it's been in my brain. Because literally it takes 3 times for you to see it for it to get stuck in your brain. And that's how we need to be about ourselves when we invest in ourselves. We need to keep showing up. We need to keep being like, you know what? I'm going to gain them 500 followers I want. I'm going to gain that community on YouTube that I want. But the only way to do that is that people got to see us, y'all. They got to see us. We got to show. We got to make our presence be known. And I know that we all sometimes, when it comes to us investing in us, sometimes we let life really get in the way. But we don't really let life get in the way when we on that 9 to 5. Because you know why? We know what that's going to bring. We know what that check is going to look like bi-weekly or semi-monthly. We know what we're getting. So we're going to always show up for that because we know what to expect. When we invest in ourselves, we don't know what to expect. We don't know what that's going to look like. We don't know if people are going to follow us. We don't know if people are going to like our content. We don't know if that e-guide or that e-product that we're trying to market that has great information, if people are going to invest in you, right? So we tend to get in our heads, get in our minds, and we go hard at the beginning because we are excited and we passionate. But when we don't ultimately see results, when we want to see results, we start to downward spiral, and then we'll eventually stop. When in actuality, we got to stay the course, and we got to stay persistent, and we got to stay consistent. Because just because we don't see the results right in there doesn't mean that the results aren't coming. Because the minute we stop could be the minute that the results were getting ready to pop off and things were getting ready to change. But it starts with believing first and then being persistent and consistent. Believing, preparation, taking action, consistency, and execution. I live by that. I live by that. And do I fall short sometimes? Yes. But I know for me that when I'm dead set on something and I really want to make it happen, just as fast as I might put it to the side, is just as fast I'm going to pick it back up. Because just because you may take a break, now let me say this, just because you may take a break or you may pivot for a little while, as long as you don't ultimately quit the goal or don't go back to the goal, you are still in the running to get there. You just have to get out your own way. And a lot of us we give up because sometimes it could be support too. Some of us don't have entrepreneurs in our family. Some of us don't have content creators in our family. So they don't understand what it takes to get to I'm just using those two things, right? Takes to get to those goals, because they may be in the mindset of you work a 9 to 5, you retire, and then you try to live. And then there's some of us who are like, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that way. I want to have my own business. I want to, I love have fun. I'm an extrovert, right? And sometimes when you don't have those people around you, it also makes it hard because you're only listening to your thoughts. Huh? You're only listening to your thoughts. You don't have nobody motivating you to keep going. So when you are in a space and you are in something that you are really trying to do, whether you're trying to write a book, like I said, trying to be that content creator, trying to, become a CEO, start surrounding yourself with people who are in those areas, so that way you can get the positivity and the support when you are feeling down. Start looking on YouTube. Start looking at people that actually inspire you where you want to be. Start watching their stories when they were down, how they pushed through. But ultimately, don't give up. Stay persistent. Stay working towards your goals, because we got this, y'all. We got this. We got to believe it. We got to keep pushing, because we know that there's a light at the end of that tunnel. And we know that if somebody else is doing what we desire to do, then that means it can be done. Let me say that again. If there's already somebody doing what we desire to do, then we know that it can be done. Faith without works is dead, and a plan without action is nothing. So listen, y'all, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I wanted to come and talk to you guys. I have missed you guys. I am back. If you don't see my long form content, you will definitely see my shorts. Make sure you follow me for all things motivation, raw and uncut motivation, and content creator tips. I love you guys, and I see y'all on the next video. Bye, y'all.